if I'm looking at my phone, it's because I'm looking at the lyrics.
Okay, cool. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anal Lyrical, where we get anal about lyrics. I'm still in two minds whether or not to actually continue calling it anal lyrical or call it analyrical. I
I
just
think
like,
I think it depends if you're talking to a friend who you want to seem highbrow or lowbrow. Where you're like,
yeah,
oh yeah, I have an anal lyrical podcast. Or it'd be like, oh, it's called analyrical. Yeah.
yeah. I like being like, oh, I've just started trying out this new podcast, and people are, oh, what have you called it? And I go anal lyrical. It's just the look on their face. I just enjoy that look on their face when I say
No,
anal.
I think you're right. I think it's worth keeping for the that side of it.
Okay, cool. So, what do we have for you today? Guest, what have you brought for us?
I've brought for you today Folk-Metaphysics by Milo, which, I mean, we'll get into it a bit later, but is hip hop I listen to when I'm trying to seem smart, smarter than other people.
Nice. All right. Well, in the same hip hop vein, I have bought "Sunflower" by Post Malone.
Mm-hmm.
I bought this because me and my family, but in particular my son, really like Spider-Man into
Yeah, I
the
guessed
into
it
the
was
Spider
the
Verse.
I
Yeah,
guessed it was the Miles Morales connection.
yeah, exactly. So, would you like to go first, or should I go first? I've kind of coined the episode at the moment, "Sunflower Metaphysics," but we could go
Sounds
um,
good. Um,
something else.
I so I get I haven't listened back in a little while. Um, how about I
How
reckon
about
we
I
start
start?
with yeah, you start and
Yeah,
you
and
lead
then
me
yeah,
like
okay, yeah,
you
yeah.
like a
That's
dancer.
that's what we did last time. Last time I started
Okay.
just so you get the vibes, right?
Okay.
So, which makes sense. So yeah, "Sunflower" by Post Malone. Uh, the first time I heard this was on Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse,
Mm.
and I was like, and you only hear like a little snippet of it at the beginning, and I'm like, yeah, this is nice, this is nice, and then you hear it a bit more throughout the film.
And
I'm not.
he's often singing it, right?
He is, yes, he's often singing it, and so
Yeah.
my son actually thinks that Miles Morales is singing the song. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. So and when I realized that it was Post Malone, and I want to say Swae Lee, is that how you pronounce it? Swae.
Uh, Swiley. Yep. The
Yeah,
same problem. Sway, I
that
reckon. Like
yeah,
sway
yeah,
with
Swae.
the
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah. So I didn't know it was Post Malone. I don't know that much Post Malone stuff. In fact, I am not entirely sure I know what Post Malone looks like either. Um, all I know is this film. This song is from the film, and there was a crazy amount of covers of this song on Spotify, like a
Ah.
crazy amount, from like all over the world.
Did
It's
it hit is it a TikTok song? Is it like a thing that got because it's got quite like it's quite hooky.
mhm.
I was wondering if it got picked up by TikTok video, people like
I mean, I can only imagine because of the
grooving.
amount of different versions I've found on Spotify. Like, there's
Okay.
like an Indian version, there's like some
Oh.
South American version, like literally like so many different versions of the song. Um, and I'm not a big hip hop fan, but yeah, there's something about this song that I really like. And so let's get into it. Um,
Okay.
I'm going to put on my most dramatic reading of this. Here we go. Needless to say, I keep in check.
Sorry, keep going.
Yeah.
I note that you didn't read the AAA. Yo.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
No,
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 no, no.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not words. It's not words.
Okay.
She was a bad, nevertheless. Yeah. Calling it quits now, baby. I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby. You're a wreck. Needless to say, I'm keeping in check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby. I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby. You're a wreck. thinking in a bad way, losing your grip, screaming at my face, baby, don't trip. Someone took a big L, don't know how that felt. Looking at you sideways, party on tilt. Like, oh, it's not like, it's just ooh, ooh, ooh. Some things you just can't refuse. She wanna ride me like a cruise, and I'm not trying to lose. Then you're left in the dust, less I stuck by ya. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much. Or you'll be left in the dust, less I stuck by ya. You're a sunflower. You're a sunflower. Every time I'm leaving on you, you don't make it easy. No, no. Wish I could be there for you. Give me a reason to. Every time I'm walking out, I can tell, I can hear you telling me to turn around, fighting for my trust, and you won't back down, even if we gotta risk it all right now. I know you're scared of the unknown. You don't want to be alone. I know I always come and go, but it's out of my control. And you'll be left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much. Or you'll be left in the dust unless I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. You're a sunflower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Very, very dramatic. Loved it.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what we have to go for. Yeah, well, I really like about the idea of reading it out is that if we go for like a dramatic kind of thing, we kind of embody the artist for a second, and we have to be that kind of vulnerable
You
thing,
make it your
you know?
own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the vibes I am generally getting from this, and even though it doesn't actually say this anywhere in the lyrics, it to me it feels like a story of like a one night stand. No, not a one night stand, like a booty call. You know, I'm like, I'm late. It's late. It's like 2 o'clock, and this drunk chick comes and knocks on my door, and she's like, "Can I come inside?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course you can come inside." Maybe she's calling me because she actually really fancies me, but I'm only letting her in because, you know, she's knocked on my door at 2 o'clock and I want to have some sex or something. You know, it's something in there. And weirdly enough, right, my son's 4. This content doesn't seem to be something that he should probably be singing, especially this she want to ride me like a cruise part. For me, that's like the most
Yeah.
overt line, and every time that I sing this part of the song with him, I'm like da 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 do do do, just so I, you know, don't actually have to.
I have thoughts of the ride in like a cruise thing, but I'll get around to it. Hold on.
um so yeah, well, what I was thinking was you tell me some of your thoughts, so I'm just not just like spilling out my analysis to you, and we can kind of then just read through. I'll read through my notes as we kind of go along.
Okay. Do you need me to do my background on Post Malone as well?
Yes, please, because I know fuck all about Post Malone. So
I'm also very fuck all on Post Malone. I know Post Malone from one very specific thing, which is that, like me, he is a massive fan of Magic the Gathering.
okay,
Did you
nice.
know that Post Malone, for to this date, has bought the most expensive Magic card in existence? He spent $2 million on a limited edition copy of the One Ring.
That's, I mean, that's
And
crazy.
he has also got 3 Magic cards where he is depicted. So when you're like, I don't know what he looks like, I was like, I do, because he's on Magic cards. It's
That's
really
mad.
funny.
2 million.
$2 million, yeah. But I also don't really know Post Malone. I know the vibe of him. I know he's like tattoos. I know he's like melodic hip hop. I know he does. I think he has a song with Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm pretty sure that's true, but I'm probably wrong. But I associate him with um, almost. I don't mean this in a bad way, genuinely, but like white trash hip hop, where it's like tattoos. It's like it's not that kind of like old West Coast, East Coast, like the big industry of hip hop. It's more just like people doing what they're doing. But yeah, so like a less nuanced version of it, more like a new field of it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, kind of. I assume that he came in kind of after hip hop became like massive the first time around.
Yeah, that was my impression. I thought
Yeah,
he came around like around the time that like mumblecore or mumble rap was becoming a thing, and he's not that bad. He's not like Little Pump, but and Takeshi 99 and like the face tattoos and stuff. But that's only my impression. I don't know if that's true.
fine. Yeah. No, that's cool. I mean, like the that is not my genre.
No,
My
same.
but even the genre that I am, I don't know that much about. So like,
Yeah,
you know, like
absolutely. We're not
uh,
like elder scholars of hip hop here.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I from my understanding, Post Malone is the one that sings the second part of the song, not the first part. Is that
I I thought I thought it was Post Malone doing verses, and then um oh god, I had it.
Sway?
Yeah, Sway. I think it's like
No, because this first part, from "Needless to Say" at the beginning up until the
yeah,
first chorus, the guy's singing very high, and that's one person singing, and then
and
there's a
that's
second, and then there's a second
okay.
person singing from uh uh hang on. Every time I'm leaving on you, you don't make it easy, and it's more of a gruffy kind of voice going on from there. Uh,
So we think that's Post Malone.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I would imagine with his face, but I don't know what Sway Lee's looks like. So I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. But
Okay,
we're not here for artists. We're here
yeah,
for lyrics.
yes.
Okay.
So
So you have a vibe that it's about sort of a one night stand or a hookup or like a booty call.
well, no, that's kind of the story and imagery I'm getting. But then when I actually started looking at the lyrics, I couldn't really distinguish whether or not it was more just about like essentially, well, the booty call dynamic I was getting was like she really likes him, um,
Hmm.
and he's like, eh, I mean, I will. Where is it? But
Was it
then,
I'm a wreck, you're a wreck?
yeah, maybe it was that one. I mean, I'm just gonna have to work my way through this, to be honest,
That's fine.
because so bad. I just wanna focus in on bad
Yeah.
for a second, because I'm under the impression that this was written in particular for the Spider-Man thing, because every time I see Sunflower, it's like Spider-Man, Sunflower, Post Malone kind
Yeah.
of thing. So they always seem like together. So I'm imagining that this song was written in particular for the film, which means that's why it doesn't have any swearing in it per se, um, and no kind of uh, "Ride Me Like a Cruise" is probably, they probably debated that line a bit, but so bad. I'm guessing is like bad bitch, or like bat
Yeah.
shit or something, like just a bit
Well, she's
crazy.
down bad. She's not a prim and proper lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and this, needless to say, I keep it in check. For me, that's kind of like making sure that she knows that I don't like her, in that kind of way. Like, I don't want to make you my girlfriend. I keep it in check, kind of thing. Like, needless to
Sh
say,
He says I keep her in check, which I was like, huh,
does
right?
does
I've
does
got needless to say, I'm keeping her in check.
oh,
And I was like,
that's not the lyrics that I have.
oh no, okay, keeping her
I
in check.
I have it, keep in check. Needless to say, I keep in check.
Interesting. Okay, we'll come back to that.
Yeah. Well, maybe I got the lyrics from the wrong.
I I I'm looking at flipping. I googled sunflower lyrics.
Yeah. I thought I did the same thing. Uh, yeah. Calling it quits now, baby. I'm a wreck. crash at my place, baby. So crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck is probably where I got the whole booty
Yeah,
call thing from.
yeah.
Um, and then it repeats itself. I there was this thing that was like he says wreck twice, and normally I'm like, you motherfucker, rhyming the same
Rhyme
word
word.
with the same word.
Yeah,
Like, why are you doing this to me?
you just did
Um,
it. You said
uh,
you rhymed same word with same word.
yeah, but I'm not rapping.
Sorry. All right, that's good.
But for some reason, I'm okay with it.
I agree. I think like the break in the middle, like she's a wreck, I'm a wreck. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I I I kind of see it as like what I like to call a line rhyme, where you're essentially using the same words and you're just changing one word slightly, and then it completely changes the meaning of the line, and
Mm.
yet all the words are essentially all the same.
We have yeah. There's a one in my song that's like
Yes,
that as
there
well.
is, and
Yeah.
that's where I actually coined the word in my
Oh
notes. I was like, it's
really?
a line.
I, lyrical master,
Yeah,
have the host of this show know what this is called because I made
yeah,
it up. Go.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I spell it Lyme, lime.
Whoa. Not
Yeah.
LHY? Climb.
Well, I did think that, and I was like, is it a climb or lime? Yeah. um,
L'chaim.
and then I've got what the hell is a big L? Someone took a big L.
You don't know a big L taking an L?
Yeah, but what does that mean? You're
So
screaming at my face, baby, don't trip. Someone took a big L. I don't know how that
so
felt.
if you in the parlance of today's youth,
Okay.
getting a W or taking an L is getting a win or taking a loss. So someone has fucked up or been embarrassed. Are we allowed to swear on this?
Yeah. Please,
Okay,
please.
someone has messed up or become embarrassed or humiliated themselves when they're taking an L, and people will say like, just take the L and leave, like cut your losses and go.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Jeez, so old. Um, yeah. So the vibes I was getting was the girl's a bit crazy, um, but maybe she's in love with the person, um, and he's like, yeah. I mean, I don't really want to, and I don't know if you've ever been in this kind of situation where, uh, in particular, a drunk girl is like trying to come on to you. You don't really want to get with her, but then some things you just can't refuse. You know?
So you're like, all right, what did I say? I kept it in check. I gave you my lines. If you want to go for it, let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I've never been in that situation. I'm like a massive prude.
Uh-oh.
But I take your point. Um,
Yeah. Well, that's
but
it.
yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So
This kind of like I'm at a moral crossroads. All I can do is like say what I'm gonna do, or say what like where I am. The next step is yours.
yeah,
Let's do it.
because like he's in the first kind of lines, he's like, yeah, she's crazy. She's kind of she's coming on me, coming on to me, and I'm like, I just uh, you're a wreck, and then he's like, but some things you just can't refuse.
Okay.
Do you want to ride me like a
Why does
cruise? Yeah, go on.
no keep going.
Uh, and I'm not trying to lose. I couldn't. To me, that was just like I need to finish off this rhyme. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
if there's any substance in that.
And I'm not trying to lose.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like refuse, cruise, lose.
Why in your reading? Why does he call her a sunflower?
Well,
Oh, only because I'm about to blow your mind.
okay. Well, I'm going to. I the only thing I can think about, right, is that my wife tried to grow a sunflower, right,
Ah.
and and I don't know what it's like to grow many sunflowers, but the sunflower that we grew was in a pot, okay, and the
Mm-hmm.
stalk was really high, and it took
Mm-hmm.
fucking ages for it to grow. but it was really high, and then there was this fucking like girt heavy thing on the top, right? And every time the fucking wind blew, it would get knocked over, and I had to keep
Mhm.
going over to it and picking it back up again, and like putting it and like put it somewhere. Um, and what I was thinking was maybe the sunflower is just a metaphor for like it's really pretty, but you have to keep like tending to it because if you just leave it, it'll fall over and like break and like
Impractical, unhelpful.
yeah, it's just really just kind of just a just something that needs like stability. Like you need like in the end I had to tie string to this sunflower stalk and then tie it around this piece of rope so that when the wind blew it just kind of stayed in place. Otherwise I was just continually like going up doing like, but that was the only thing I could think of without looking up why. I did see that there was a an article on
Oh no, we're not
on it.
supposed to do that.
Well, yeah, well, I didn't read it. I saw the heading that said, "What does sunflower mean in the song?" And I was like,
In the
"Oh, that's
song.
an interesting article that we should probably read on the thing." But yeah, I didn't read it. So yeah, I have
Oh,
no clue what. I mean, what do you think it means?
so this was so I genuinely, when I started looking at this, I was like, these. I thought these lyrics are really bad. I
Okay.
didn't think they were good. I thought it was um she's a bad, yeah, she's hot. Oh, I've got to get out of here, but oh no, yeah, like kind of what you said, like this one night stand. When she's a bad, I thought she was like she's a baddie, like she's really hot. And then you're a sunflower. I was just like, oh yeah, like you're really spectacular, like you're really beautiful.
Hmm.
Um, on my second or third reading, um, this is one of those things like when you talk yourself into a conspiracy theory,
Yeah.
and now I completely believe it. I think it's about a stalker. I think he's being stalked. And I will come back to why I think that actually fits in with the Spider-Man thing.
Okay.
But okay, so it, she was a bad. I'm a wreck. You're a wreck. He's like this person is bad news, right?
Hmm.
Um, and he keeps like reassuring himself, I'm keeping her in check, or I'm keeping it in check, but
Yeah.
he's still hooking up with her. That's what I think. I think he thinks he's in control of the situation. Um, there's this where he says, "You're screaming in my face, baby, don't trip."
Yeah.
Um, Looking at you sideways, parties on tilt. That to me sounds like people are losing their grip. Like they are kind of off. They're off. It's like this whole thing's got out of control. The party is on a tilt. People are sliding. Um, some things you can't refuse. Again, like why not hook up with her? She's there. I'm not trying to lose. She want to ride me like a cruise. I would like you was like, oh, that's sex. But then I was like, she's trying to take advantage of me. I've just realized she's trying to take advantage of me. She's trying to ride me like ride me like take advantage of me
Yeah.
like a
Yeah. Like,
cruise. Get
take me
everything
for
you
a
can out of
ride.
her. I think your love would be too much. Again, like a little bit of a stalkery vibe, but the main thing, and this is where I
You
had my
see, well,
great
actually,
red.
just on that line, I always thought it was. I think I think you love me too much. And then when I read, I was like, oh, I think your love would be too much. Um, kind of, it means something different, right?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Yeah, like I think your love would be too much. I think yeah, I can't live up to like what you
Yeah,
think I am. I guess I
yeah,
I in this reading again, like a conspiracy theory you've chosen to believe. Um,
yeah,
I think it's she's literally overwhelming him. Um, and what sells it? What sells this conspiracy theory for me is the you're the sunflower because what sunflowers do is that they turn towards the brightest thing in the room and just focus on it. So she's just like,
Okay.
you're the famous person. I look straight at you and I don't look away and I'm just constantly focused on you. Um, and I was like, is that what it's about? And when the reason I think it ties in to the movie, which is that the like what it's constantly paired with, is he's always thinking about Gwen, Stacy. He's like preoccupied and he doesn't realize how weird that interaction is. He's met her once and he's just constantly thinking about her. He's always turned towards her. Everything in his life is directed at her. And he doesn't really think about what she thinks of him. But yeah, that was my.
Yeah, no,
Tell me what
I
you
think
think. Tell me what you think.
I think stalking's a bit too too
Or
much.
like
But I do see what you're
obsession
saying.
in
I
a
think,
way.
yeah, there's a what you have said uh, ties into what I have said quite well and explains more the dynamic of her love, so to speak, or like
Yeah.
the attention that she's giving him. Um, this the line or the verse maybe or the bridge where he's like, "I know you're scared of the unknown. You don't want to be alone." Uh, like I don't know that to me that to me in the line above it about every time I'm walking out, I can hear you telling me to turn around. Like both of those lines to me uh, feel like they're kind of teetering on the edge of being in a relationship, like and it's not really something that he wants, so to speak. And
Yeah.
it's causing rifts. But this particular part of the bridge for me is the most favorite part in terms of melody. The but it's out of my control. It's great. I love it. Uh, that's my favorite part of the song. But I think yes, your read and this thing about the sunflower. I didn't know that sunflowers did that, so it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Um, that there is something here around her obsession is probably just because he is famous. I like your cruise
Or
thing, like
the or the other way around that he it could be the famous person who is it kind of works both ways if that makes sense. It could be like the famous person is obsessed with someone else. um no, that wouldn't work because of the
yeah,
ride me like a cruise thing. Sorry. No, ignore me.
she want to ride me, like she's taking me for a ride.
Yeah, she's just like
Yeah.
using my fame.
And then yeah, and so that is that one. Now let's find out.
Ooh,
Let's
ooh,
find
wait.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, go.
Oh, I was gonna find out what sunflower meant. No,
Oh,
on
okay, cool.
on the
I was going
on,
to say overall, how would
yeah.
you like rate the lyrics of this song? Do you think that obviously you suggested it, so you probably got a bit of like affection for it. Do you think they're good? Do you think they work?
I think the thing that makes this song is the melodies.
Okay.
Really, uh, you know the ooh, and all those little things. I think there's like you ever you ever watched the new Minecraft film?
I haven't, but I know there's a chicken jockey in it.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's all I really know.
there's like a lava chicken song in it. Anyway,
Oh,
so
cool.
I'm listening to Jack Black's Lava Chicken with my kids, and then his Jack Black's Peaches comes on, right? Both of these songs, terrible lyrics by any stretch of the imagination, but combine that with melody, and it's just like this is a fucking great song, and these lyrics are they're not terrible. I mean, they're not by any means like deep or incredibly resonate with me on any kind of level. They don't like even give me a window into his soul or kind of
Mm.
really even talk to the human condition that much. But the melody is fucking sick, and
Okay.
I do really enjoy singing the song. Um,
So you're
and
like, great song, lyrics are incidental to it.
Well, yeah, the reason why I wanted to look at them is because I'm continually singing this with my kid, and I'm just like, that. I was in Cambodia one time, and all the kids there were singing like what's his fucking name? Ginger guy that sings on his
Ed
guitar,
Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Um, uh, the they were singing, "I know my bed sheets smell like you," and and they're like, they're like 7 years old, like
It
singing
was
this.
like, you know what's awesome? Tweens singing about sex in other countries.
Yeah, yeah, it's like,
I
it
I had
always just
that
reminds me of that.
I had that teaching at a summer school for, I mean, like teens, but they were always singing Despacito, and I was like, I obviously it's a catchy song, it's great. And I was like, I feel like this is a little lewd. Maybe I'm getting old.
What sing it, sing me a little bit. I don't know if I know that song just from
I
the.
have forgotten, but the hook you'll know is Despacito. I can't remember the lyrics, but the lyrics are very much like, "Oh girl, I want your body, yeah, I want to touch your body." And I was
Oh
like,
wow, okay.
"Come on, guys, you're 14." Then I was like, "Oh wait, yeah, they're 14. They do want to touch each other's bodies."
Okay.
Gross.
So it
Yeah,
looks
it
like
was
it
cool.
looks like you're right about the sunflower. Sunflowers turn to the sun, symbolizing unwavering loyalty, adoration, and positivity. But they
Have you
also
just
require.
googled what do sunflowers mean or the song
No,
sunflower?
what does sunflower Post Malone mean? Is what
Oh,
I
okay.
googled. Um, but they also require care to grow. So I was right too with the whole fucking
Oh,
falling over
okay.
thing. That's nice. It's about a complicated, tumultuous relationship with the singer, where the singer struggles with his feelings for a new bright love, the sunflower, while still tied to a difficult ex. Oh, is there two? There two people?
I This is something I thought about before. There is one specific line where I was like, "Oh, are you trying to get over someone and move on?" um, but it didn't seem to make sense to me.
It
No,
says
yeah, I can't.
it says whilst tied to a difficult ex, should be left in the dust if he
But
doesn't
he
fully
says,
commit.
okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
If that's
That's
a if that's a theme, I feel like he doesn't communicate it as well as he
yeah,
could.
yeah. Like I did not get at any point that there was two people that he was talking about.
I guess when
Um,
he's talking about like leaving someone alone, he's like, I want to move on, maybe, but you're vulnerable." But yeah, no, I'm lukewarm on that as an idea.
yeah, yeah. No, me too. But I mean, I think when it comes to the sunflower thing, I think we kind of nailed that.
I think
Um,
we came at it from different directions. You with
yeah,
your live, you with your
with
live
my lived
gardening experience,
experience.
and me with the being like sunflower. Look at sun.
Yeah.
All right,
So that's sunflower. Let's let
all right.
let's move on with our lives.
Okay, so folk metaphysics. Again, feed me the structure, but this is by Milo, who is a hip hop guy I know as um, a collaborator with another hip hop guy called Bus Driver, and part of a loose connect collective called the Hellfire Club, who are uh, feed into Marvel because of your bit related to Spider Man, um, and basically a collection of like smart quote smart lyricists who do this kind of quite artsy, slightly less mainstream hip hop. And I I really like this one. I thought it might appeal to you a little bit because I know you read a lot of philosophy, and at least three philosophers are checked in the lyrics. So, do I go
Yes,
to reading it out?
well,
Oh no, no, yeah,
um,
yeah. You reaction.
in in general, what okay, I've only heard this one song. So what kind of like it to me? It doesn't sound like normal hip hop, which I think you said. When did you first hear this song? And in general, what when do you normally listen to them? Do you listen to them, him, that much, or have you not since 2013? Is he
I
still
okay.
going?
Yeah, I think Milo's still cracking on. I can't think of anything he's put out recently, but yeah, I think he's still going on. I
Yeah.
tend to listen to Milo. Um, it's study music. Um, his beats tend to be quite ambient, um, and the pace which he raps at is quite hypnotic. So it's quite good background music. But also, as I mentioned before, I like to put together these playlists of hip hop that makes me think a little bit more than charting hip hop. It makes me sound really, really pretentious. But people like Milo, Bus Driver, Anderson Pack tend to find their way. Open Mike Eagle, if you know him, tend to find their way onto those lists. And there's actually another podcast I listen to called Song Exploder, that had a bus driver song on it, and they do a really comprehensive breakdown of uh, the how that song was put together. And Milo features on that song, and I think that's the first time he was on my radar. And I was working with someone who was a massive hip hop fan, and I mentioned that I really love this song by Bus Driver, and I really loved Milo's verse on it, and he pointed me in the direction of a bunch of other Milo songs, and I think that's where it came from. I certainly haven't. It wasn't. I get a lot of my music from either video games or other people playing it to me in a car, and it was neither of those. And I think that's probably why I was a little bit
Okay.
proud of it. It was something that I found. I mined out of the
Yeah,
ether on
yeah,
my
yeah,
own. Yeah.
yeah. I thought the album cover was interesting for hip hop.
It
It
reminded me of someone I know's art style.
Oh yeah.
It was you. It was you.
Oh right. Okay. Okay. Well,
I think so.
that's odd because I thought that the artwork was super kind of earthy,
Yeah.
and reminded me of Mongolian throats singing band Yatka, their
Oh,
album cover, and which was odd because no, it's completely different. But yeah, for me it was like, oh, yeah, that really reminds me of like, yeah, more like world music over kind of hip hop music. You know what I mean?
mhm.
But anyway, yes, let us hear your dramatic rendition of Folk
Okay.
Metaphysics from
I'm going to
Milo.
try and do this not in the rhythm he does it, which is really hard because I've listened to
Yes,
this
yeah, yeah.
1,000 times. So, Milo says, I should not sit on this couch and watch Netflix. I should take pouty mouth pics for my press kit. I should defy the rules of logic. I should invent some quirky new merchandise product. I just want to rap good and not sell breadsticks. I will not become a martyr to the dead beats. I will shave off my beard by the end of this week. I will go out and learn to socialize and figure out why all my ex-girlfriends hate me. I'm going to put this big brain to good use. I'm going to write rap songs to find objective truths. I am going to be better than my father. I am going to upload well edited pictures to Flickr. I'm going to eat a lot more Fig Newtons and sign petitions by women's rights movements. I'm only going to do the hook at the end because it's the same. So, I wish I'd met you on Legends of the Hidden Temple. I wish Hegel wasn't so incomprehensible. I wish I was more like the Ubermensch. I wish my fears didn't have such a putrid stench. I think my muscles should be bigger. I don't know much about being and nothingness, but I might just be a being of nothingness. I hear there's going to be a rap parade. Come on, try a little. Nothing is forever. It's gotta be something better than in the middle. Me and Cinderella put it all together. We can drive it home with one headlight. We were driving and I yelled, "Padiddle!" You started crying, so I cried a little. I'm almost positive if I made better mix CDs, I would bother less with relationship complexities. Sometimes I stutter. Sometimes I forget to put on cocoa butter. Sometimes I wish I was better at songwriting. Sometimes I feel like the master of thong wiring. In the future, I will neuter my ambitions. I will give in to anxieties. I will observe superstitions. I will be Indiana Jones in small claims court. I will regret that in high school I never played sports. In the future, I'll be passive aggressive. In the future, I will vote for the wrong guy. In the future, I'll be swayed by a strong bride and a very firm handshake. And I will invite dinner guests over for ham steak. I will be gone before the rise of the oceans. I will become a squiggle in a sea of quotients. In a string of quotients, excuse me. And the hook. I don't make promises I can't keep, which is why I won't make promises ever. And when I write letters to those ex girlfriends, that's going to be the header. I don't make promises I can't keep, which is why I won't make promises ever. And when I write letters to those ex girlfriends, that's going to be the header.
Okay.
How'd I do?
Oh, and then at the very end, there's like, we can drive it with weak.
Oh, excuse me. You are absolutely right, Simon. Yeah, we can drive it with weak contrivance. Repeated. We can drive it
Yeah.
with weak contrivance. Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was really good. That was really good. I too found it really hard to.
It's really hard to not
say
do the
sunflower
beat.
without like just rapping it. Yeah, no, that was really good. So, one of my main questions was, what the hell is weak contrivance? I didn't want to look up the word, but I didn't even know like contrivance.
So now you're asking me. A contrivance is like a fake thing we believe in, right? Like there is
Like,
a
oh,
contrived.
that is contrived. Like, you've kind of
Yeah, it's contrived. Yeah,
really.
the law, morality, uh,
Yeah.
the COVID-19 pandemic. Pause for hate. No, but yeah, I think when he's saying we can drive it with weak contrivance is if we can do it if we sort of mildly gesture that we are going to do it.
Okay.
I think
Contrivance, the use of a skill to create or bring out something, especially
Oh,
with consequent effect of artificiality. The requirements of a system by happy chance and some contrivance can be summed up in an acronym. I
that
mean
is
that
not what I thought that meant. So I, I
a
yeah,
device. Yeah, go on.
I thought it was it like implicitly something fake, something not
Yeah,
real.
but this is we can create it just by trying a little, basically.
I think that's it, and I think that is like
Yeah,
the point of a lot of the song.
yeah,
I feel like
right.
this
Well,
one's going to be a lot.
yeah, come on, try a little. Nothing is forever. Yes,
Yeah,
go. Yeah, how about you drive this one? I do have some thoughts on this one, and some questions, but but you take the wheel.
Okay, so this to me sounds like an affirmation. You know how you're supposed to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say like you are strong, you're powerful, you'll go out and do great things or whatever to make yourself feel better.
Hmm.
Um, I think this is uh, that, but applied to a intelligent and quite gifted slacker. I think this is something that someone is telling themselves that they could be better if they just tried, but they also know that they won't try, and that even if they did, it would be fake in a way. So we have a lot of things that he's supposed to be. So I will not sit on my sofa watch Netflix, right? I just want to rap good and not sell breadsticks. I don't want to become a martyr for the deadbeats. I don't want to just sit here, be smart, and people be like, "Oh, even if you're smart, you can't succeed." And then he starts listing things that he should do, and they all seem stupid. So I will take pouty mouth pics for my press kits. I will eat a lot of fig Newtons. I don't know what those are, but I assume they're something healthy.
Well,
Um,
yeah, yeah. I don't know what fig Newton is. What the fuck's a fig Newton? All right, I'll,
I
I'll
will
look at that.
shave
You keep
off
going.
my beard by the end of this week. And mixed in with this, I think is actually what he is interested in, his
Yeah,
actual goals.
yeah.
So
See, I
I
got
will,
this. There was like this. There was this kind of mixture of things that were very particular to
yeah,
him,
yeah,
things that were kind of just dumb surface level kind of, but like
yeah,
very relatable, but very kind of
yeah,
dumb surface level, what you're seeing in the media and all this kind of stuff. And then
yeah.
other just kind of very kind of relatable things like I should shave my beard. I was like, yeah, I relate with that. There was like definitely lines that
Oh,
I was like, I can relate to.
I thought of that as a very surface level thing.
Well,
I
this is
should
the
get up
thing.
and shave.
There's Yeah, yeah, but like there's ones that are like kind of, uh I should upload better pictures to Flickr. I need to do pouty stuff like that. That was
Yeah,
more like self-image fame kind of surface level
yeah.
things. And then there's like kind of, uh real human kind of
What I
just
actually want to
uh
do.
well,
I,
because there's stuff about him and his rap kind of stuff. But like,
yeah,
I'm going to be better than my father, right?
yeah,
Is something that a lot of people think, and I should shave my beard is something that a lot of people think. So there's like a mixture of kind of uh, stuff that's very kind of this is him, and then this is relatable to a lot more people, and then this is shallow, you know. And
yeah.
they were all kind of mixed in. I don't know. Um,
I like
yeah,
so
go on.
a
So
couple that really stuck out. So one of the so I don't want to sit on the sofa watch Netflix. I should take pictures for self promotion. Blah blah blah. And then the third one is I should defy the rules of logic, which sort of just that's so much bigger than a lot of the other things.
mhm.
And later when um, he said like I wish Hegel wasn't so incomprehensible. I wish I was more like the Ubermensch. I don't know much about being and nothingness. Like he keeps referencing these really crazy things, um,
Mhm.
and um, and then later he's like, "Oh, I'll vote for the wrong person. I'll invite people round, and we can have ham steak." Like all this crap. And then the last two lines in that verse are, "I will be gone before the rise of the oceans. I will become a squiggle in a sea of quotients." Where I think he's struggling with this idea that he's smaller than everything else.
Mhm.
Um, a squiggle in a string of quotients rhyming with oceans is one of my favorite things in this song. It's almost the only reason I put it in. And I really loved it. Um, yeah. So I think that is it.
Scribble.
It's these. I have to get out of these boring, these dumb things that everyone hates. I guess I'm supposed to do things that society expects me to do, like signing petitions on women's rights movements and eating correctly, and inviting people around and shaking their hands. And then there are these things that I consider to be more transcendent, these things that like put us. I want to defy the rules of logic. I want to be more than a squiggle in a sea of quotients.
What is what is that? Sorry, a squiggle in a sea of quotients.
So,
Is what
I
is a quotient?
you're asking the wrong guy. So a
Oh,
quotient is if you have a fract. Sorry, if you have not a fractal. If you have a fraction, I believe a quotient is the number on top of it.
fine.
Um,
Okay.
and if you are a if you, I'm going to pull up a thing. Hold on. So okay, so I'm
One
going to bring.
question that I had. Yeah, sorry. Unless you're going to go straight into it right now, I just was
I
going to
will.
fill the silence.
I'm going to try it. Keep going with the question you
Yeah.
had.
So he says stuff like, "I should, I'm going to, I will," um, and this all kind of comes right before he goes into his "I don't make promises I can't keep," which is why I don't make
Hmm.
promises ever, right? And so, what do you think it's intentional that he's essentially making all these promises? I'm going to do this. I should do this. I will do this. But some of them are like, incomprehensible. Like I'm going to be better than my father. That's a promise you can't keep, right? Right there. And like, so there's like all this kind of, he's making promises all the way throughout this whole goddamn thing, and then underlines it with, "I don't make promises I can't keep," which is why I don't make promises ever.
So he's probably lying, or
Yeah.
or do you think he is like I'm actually going to stick to this?
Well, I think it goes with that whole what were you saying? Like, there's all the stuff that he thinks he is making promises all the time.
Yeah.
And even this promise that he doesn't make promises is just another lie that he's telling himself.
Yeah.
Um,
I think you're right. I've also on the squiggle on the sea of quotients. Not worth googling, impossible to Google. But I think
okay,
he's just saying I don't want to be a small number in a vast array of other numbers.
okay, I see.
Mm.
The
Yeah, a lot of this is like promises to yourself, promises to other people. I like this recurring thing about him writing to ex girlfriends. It's like, why? I must find out why my ex girlfriends hated me. And then he's like, oh, yeah, is it because I was always lying all the time?
yeah, I mean, well, this is a strange thing because I was like, there's a lot of stuff in here, and what really brought it out to me was this thing about I'm almost positive that if I make better mix CDs, I wouldn't bother with these relationship complexities. It
Yeah.
it kind of pulled out to me that like it's although yes, there is some kind of like there's deep stuff in here. It is also quite juvenile,
Yeah.
in a big sense, right? And his obsession with his ex girlfriends and stuff reminds me of my obsessions with my ex girlfriends when I was like a lot younger. Given that this came out in 2013, he must have been like in his early 20s, which makes sense that he's
I
kind of
I think there's a lot of deliberately really adolescent stuff in it. I think that line as well, where he's saying, I, I feel like I'm the master of thong wiring." Where it's like, did you ever have at school people bragging about how good they were at flicking women's bras off?
yes, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how I read that. Where it's like, sometimes I wish I was better at
Okay, yeah,
songwriting. It
yeah,
was like, and sometimes I feel like I'm the best at getting girls, and he's just a child.
yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
just like an adolescent
yeah.
idiot. Which yeah, but yes, that's I think that feeds into what you were saying.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, that's definitely.
I
But
actually
I'm wondering how
confession
much.
time.
How,
Oh,
yeah,
confession time. I don't know what thong
yeah.
wiring is. Do you?
No, I was assuming it was like the a thong, like the underwear,
Yeah,
um, and like the master of it just means that he's well versed in thongs.
in
Yeah,
women's
yeah,
underwear.
underwear. Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
Um,
All right.
Perhaps, but again, that's a. I think even with that line, I was like, to me, it just feels like he was playing with words. more so
Mm,
than like
yeah,
trying to make any kind of sense of that. He just was just playing with the rhyming of words
yeah.
in places, which is fine. Um, what I found really interesting is that I'm listening to this guy rap, and he's not really rapping. He's kind of speaking to a beat mostly in the song, right? He's
Mm,
not. He's kind of like it's not. The beat isn't fast enough really for it to be kind of rap per se. Besides speaking at
no,
at
he
a
doesn't.
beat kind of thing. Um,
He's not
but what I
flowing.
really what I thought was like crazy was this the chorus. I don't make promises I can't keep, which is why I don't make promises ever. And when I write those letters to those ex-girlfriends, that's gonna be the header. Uh that extension of the syllable of ex-girlfriends like literally creates a hook in itself. Even though there's barely any music, there's barely anything. He's barely even
When I write
rapping
something,
a beat, and just that one little thing just makes it like in my head. Ex-girlfriends, that's gonna be the header. It's yeah, it was great. I was like, yeah, that's a
it's very cool.
very cool.
I really like this line. I don't know much about being in nothingness, but I might just be a being of nothingness.
That's a lime.
That's what I call a line. Damn
Yeah.
it! I have nothing more to say. Again, I listen to this music to pretend that I'm smart, and I know that I've read Being in Nothingness, and I've read some Hegel, and I know Nietzsche, Übermensch, but also this whole verse to me is gobbledygook, except for
Mhm.
I think my muscles should be bigger, which I also feel. um,
Yeah, yeah. Like, what the fuck's a rap parade? I don't know what he's
yeah,
talking about.
I don't know what a rap parade is. I heard there's gonna be one though. um, I wish I'd met you on Legends of the Hidden Temple. So, just very, very quickly, did you ever watch Legends of the Hidden Temple?
Every time
No,
I hear that, I think of
it
Indiana
doesn't matter.
Jones. Okay, yeah.
Nice. It basically is. It's like a kids. It's like Ninja Warrior for kids
Okay,
from the early
fine.
'90s.
Yeah.
Um, and again, I think it's this idea that stuff is simpler when you're a kid. He's kind of
Hmm.
fundamentally adolescent. He's like, if we'd met on a kids game show, life would be easy. But
Yeah.
instead,
Okay.
I'm weird and I'm trying to futz with my public image and reading philosophy. Yeah, and
Um,
there's going to be a rap parade.
and you know a bit about philosophy, right? Um,
Um, Enough to be getting on with. Yep.
okay. So just in short, I don't want to get into a fucking thing about this, but why is Hegel so incomprehensible?
Well, Hegel is part. Hegel's a weird one. He's like a proto-Marxist. He's the one who comes up with dialectics, which is
You've
the
just
I.
said like four words to me. I'm just like, what?
Okay,
French?
so okay, I tell you what. I'll try and frame this as it relates to the song in a certain
Okay.
way.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
um, in when you're a child, right? There's good and there's bad. There's right and there's wrong, and they fight, and good wins, and everything's great.
Yeah.
Um, so Hegel has this idea of history where ideas go to war. They call
Hmm.
it like thesis, antithesis. They come together. One does win in a way, but you get synthesis, which is them together.
Hmm.
The weak sort of the wrong idea or the loser is cut out, and they form a synthesis of new ideas. It's almost like genetics of ideas over
Hmm.
time,
Yeah.
right? So you have the feudal system combines with the industrial world, and they come together, and you have like this Victorian system where there are aristocrats, but the aristocrats are actually um, uh, well, they got like robber barons, these captains of industry, and then that smashes together with the workers' movement, and then you've got this kind of like welfare state, and it's like these ideas mingling over time. That's what Hegel is about, the dialectic.
Yeah,
And his great student is Marx, who whatever. But I
yeah,
wonder if that's partly what he's trying to say. I don't know if I'm reaching. I don't know if he's just saying here are philosophers I know,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
wonder if
yeah,
he is saying like, oh, I'm this incredibly shallow teenager and I'm this famous rapper and I'm just a layabout and I need to be all these things together. Um, the Ubermensch, obviously. You're the Nietzsche guy.
yeah, yeah. I know. I
Tell
mean,
me
like,
about the Ubermensch.
well, all I was going to say about the Ubermensch was that I also tried to write a song about the Ubermensch, but I didn't use Ubermensch. I used Superman instead because it's just a little bit easier to rhyme with, right?
Oh,
um, but I suppose in layman's terms, I'd say that's like the aspirational man that we're all supposed to be trying to work towards.
yeah. I
And
wish I was perfect.
yeah, I wish I was more like that aspirational man. And
I
this line, I wish my fears didn't have such a putrid stench. That line is so hard hitting to me. It's putrid stench is like is probably the most visceral line in this entire like it's so it's
I
it
wish
really
my fears didn't have such a putrid scent. That's really interesting because I always think that line's really out of place and doesn't work.
well, this is it. I also like I feel like there's too many syllables in it. Um but it almost doesn't work because it's so like in your face, and
Yeah.
putrid stench is just like
Putrid is a very good word to to squeeze into like the end of a line because it's so
yeah,
like plosive and you're like once someone said the word putrid, you know how like the visceral dislike
yeah,
they
yeah,
have.
yeah.
My
And that
fears
he
had such
found
a
a way to rhyme with Ubermensch is just
yeah,
like,
it's,
yeah,
also,
fine,
it's
fine.
not an easy thing to
Yeah,
write with.
well done you.
Yeah,
But
excellent.
yeah, I also
Ubermensch
was
putrid
like,
stench.
yeah, that line. And the other one was the other one that I was like, what is going on here is Indiana Jones and Small Claims Court.
I okay, so I don't know. I had a little brushed up against that as well. So small claims court is just if you're trying to settle small things, and Indiana Jones swipes stuff. He he steals things, but
Okay.
I so if you imagine Indiana Jones being sued and him and then be like, you can't steal that golden idol or whatever, and he's like, oh, okay, fine, Your Honor, here's £500 or whatever. But I also don't know what it means. But it was just like as an image, be like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I'm someone who
yeah.
steals, and I'm like, nah,
I
sorry,
mean, like this whole idea of swiping when,
yeah,
yeah, that when he said Indiana Jones and Small Claims Court, my first thing was like that image of him like taking that thing off the thing,
taking the
and
idol,
yeah,
putting the rock on or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
But I mean, again, no idea.
no,
Um,
no idea. Sorry,
now,
I'm out.
uh, so and then there's the lines after that where he's like, I regret in high school I never played sports. Here again was just another one of the I should shave my beard by the end of the week. Kind of.
Yeah,
I also regret not playing more sports in high school. But then when I really thought about it, I was like, no, I would have hated that. Like, I can regret it now, but at the time, I would have fucking hated playing more sports. like,
I think this run of 4 lines or 5 lines,
I will.
yeah, and they're also just like little dumb. Yeah, I should have played sports in school. Doesn't really matter. I should be more passive aggressive. I will be passive aggressive. Like we know that doesn't really do anything. I will vote for the wrong guy. I'll be swayed by a strong bride and a very firm handshake. Like all these are just little dumb, almost like from the world of business. Just kind of
Yeah, I was
prepperies.
like, the in the future I will be passive aggressive. In the
Yeah.
future, I will vote for the wrong guy. In the future, I'll be swayed by a strong bride. I was like, this is quite clairvoyant because in like 3 or 4 years, right, we get we get a lot more passive aggressive behavior on the internet and like kind of
Oh,
the culture just in the West gets really kind of aggressive but kind of passive aggressive, and then you've got people what's it, politics, populism politics coming into play, and there's the hashtag Me Too movement, which kind of like brings in kind of strong woman kind of characters
I
into
will
film.
sign petitions about women's rights movements.
Yeah, I don't know. This whole line kind of is. I just said it feels kind of clairvoyant to me, and then the next
Interesting.
three lines just have like super hipster vibes for me. I don't know. I just remember like in those kind of days, like having like. I didn't have a top knot, but people having top knots with a little tweed, kind of like, oh yeah, let's have a dinner party, guys. But then like serving like really shit food, um, you
I
know,
don't really know what ham steak is, but I
yeah,
think of it, I picture it as shit gammon.
yeah, yeah,
Just like, you're like, ooh, tastes like salt, yum.
yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, and I don't know, it just and then like the rise of the oceans, everyone, all these hipsters kind of getting really into what's the global warming,
Okay.
and I don't know, there's just kind of like it was almost a snapshot of the
Mid
tone of the
20
young, yeah,
teens.
kind of
Yeah.
what people were caring about and what people will continue like start to care about more as time kind of progressed. It was, I don't know, it felt very the beginning of the new age, so to speak. Um,
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know it because I remember kind of thinking all these.
So, what year was it? 2013, you said?
Yeah,
In the future, I will vote for the wrong guy. It's interesting. That would have been, yeah, just after Obama's last election.
yeah,
Interesting.
because I mean, like I voted for the wrong guy last year. Shouldn't have gone Labour.
Beep.
uh, but yeah, I thought it was a good song. But yeah, like you said, it seems like it's good in a playlist where you want to feel smart about yourself. Like, oh,
Yeah,
look at
yeah.
me, I I,
Ah,
I listen to this.
oh, oh, me. I also wish Hegel wasn't so incorrect.
Yeah. Like a
um,
younger me would be like, hey girl, have you heard this
Hegel.
song before?
It
Like,
references four European philosophers.
yeah. Wait, references four?
Does it not? It's got being and nothingness, Hegel,
What's being of
Nietzsche.
nothingness?
Being and nothingness is Jean-Paul Sartre.
Okay,
It
okay.
has three. It has three.
Oh wait,
Excuse me.
unless Rap Parade is
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Rap Parade is by Martin Heidegger, I believe.
yeah, of course. Um, yes, this would probably go in the same playlist as oh fuck, I've forgotten his name. Doesn't matter.
I'll forward you some Bus Driver and we can listen to it together. Very quickly before we skip on, probably to the end, what do you think about the beat in the background of this song? Do you remember it? Because
Um,
there's very little of it.
yes, there is very little.
It's essentially the sound of pencil on paper and
Yeah, it feels like it's just enough for him to be rapping and not just speaking.
yeah.
Like,
Okay.
so he has something to rap to. I like, this is not a song that I would listen to in my spare time if it wasn't for this. Although I really did like the chorus. And it was in my
Do you,
head for like a day or two afterwards.
do you think this could be the theme of the next Into the Spider Verse movie?
No. No,
Oh.
no, no
Oh,
way.
okay.
Because
Oh,
there's not enough. There's not enough. Like that. When like they're like glitching out of the verse, like all the music is kind of that, right?
I was joking.
Oh, okay.
Miles Morales. I wish I'd met you on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
um, and the only other thing I have or question I have is me and Cinderella.
Yeah, that's another one I think that passed me by. I don't quite get what he was talking about. Where is it? Come on, try a little. Nothing is forever. That'll be something. I guess so. It is about like finding a happy medium, and Cinderella has to fit the glass shoe. I don't know. I have nothing on that one. But yeah, I guess
There,
yeah.
there is a fourth one. The term
The Brothers Grimm.
folk-metaphysics
Oh,
is borrowed from German philosopher Schopenhauer.
Schopenhauer.
Sch- Schopenhauer? Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure.
Used the phrase. He used the phrase to describe religion. He viewed religion as metaphysics for the masses, the folk, a simplification. Um,
All right, there you go.
yeah.
Four.
So yeah. Milo's use. By choosing this as the title, Milo frames his music as his own form of religion or personal philosophy, a way to find objective truth through
He
rap.
does say that. Yeah, I want to sing rap songs to find objective truths.
Um, Contradicting self, he expresses his desire for higher intellectual states, wishing he was more like Nietzsche's Übermensch or that he could understand Hegel, while simultaneously admitting to mundane habits like eating fig Newtons. I think we kind of covered that. We
Yeah,
caught that,
we
didn't we?
got it. We got it. Yeah.
Searching for truth. The lyrics, I'm going to write rap songs to find objective truth, suggests that he uses his art to navigate his anxieties and past relationships and searching for meaning in a confused world. I mean, isn't that all artists? Isn't that just we're
Yeah,
all
is
artists?
that not just saying this artist uses his art to do art?
Yeah. Damn you, AI. um, Identity. The track is a positive realization of the self. Positive? I did not get the
No,
vibes of positive. Oh, progressive.
this
Sorry, that was me reading it.
squeeze
Reading it
me.
wrong. Um, the track is a progressive realization of the self, where Milo acknowledges his uh, insecurities and awkward non. I can't read that word. Sequiturs. Um,
Sequiturs.
as part of his personal metaphysical framework. Do you have any other insights from the web that we can?
I don't, but I would say to anyone listening, go listen to those two songs and go look up more Milo tracks because some of them are really good.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Anal Lyrical. And always remember to stay anal and stay.
I've,
Oh, fuck. I can't
I've
remember.
been Ghost. Sorry, I've been Guest. Let's thank our host.
Yeah, cool. Thank you so much. Good night. And yes.